gentle touch in the golden sunlight. She was born to love, kiss our tears away, vanish all our fears, fill the world with joy. She's the woman of the earth, spreading love and joy, fun and laughter. Woman of the earth, making miracles forever after. Loving.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to all Miss Philippines Earth followers joining us online. My name is Sofia Lopez Galve, your Miss Philippines Eco-Tourism 2021, and I will be your host for tonight's program. Welcome to the presentation of delegates vying for the title of Miss Philippines Earth 2022. The time passes so fast, I cannot keep up with the times. I cannot believe that we're about to turn over our crowns. But, for Miss Philippines Earth, it has been the pageant's tradition to highlight the different aspects of the environment each year. That's what makes this year particularly interesting. For 2022, Miss Philippines Earth walks on the wild side as it puts the spotlight on the country's endemic species, some of which are facing extinction, sadly. And in tonight's presentation, you will get to know more about the beauty of the Philippine wildlife and, of course, the timeless beauty of the Filipina. This year's delegates come from various parts of our country, each one ready to showcase her unique personality, captivating charm, and love for our Mother Earth. So, for tonight's event, to help us get to know more about our candidates this year, we have a very special guest. Of course, we have tonight one of the country's top independent pageant bloggers who continues to make Norman.com synonymous to beauty and pageantry, both locally and internationally. He also hosts his Sunday online talk show, Pageantry Norm, so watch out for that. But it is my honor to introduce to you tonight our very special guest. Let us please welcome Tito Norman Tinio. Hi, Tito Norman. How are you?
I had to unmute myself first because it automatically mutes me. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Earth. Good evening, Sophia. And I'm so glad. Actually, this guesting, to be honest with you, Sophia, it has been moved twice already. I was supposed to be the very first guest for the first 5. So it must be some kind of a destiny that I finally got to guest for tonight. So it's a good thing for the girls because we will make things delightfully difficult for each one of them for their faunas. Hello, ladies, and hello, Earth, and hello, watchers. Back to you, Sophia.
Yes, thank you so much, Tito Norman. I am looking forward to your questions. So, without further ado, let's get on with the presentation, beginning with our first delegate. She is from Dagupan City.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lavinia Marquez, representing Dagupan City, the milkfish capital of the Philippines. Well, my fauna is Asura cryptilla, as you can see in my background. Well, a little information about this. It is a moth of the family Eribidae. It is found in the Philippines, specifically in Luzon. Moths are a paraphyletic group of insects that includes all members of the order Lepidoptera that are not butterflies, with moths making up the vast majority of the order. Along with butterflies, bees, and bats, moths are pollinators helping plants to grow. Also, they are a food source of animals. They vary greatly in size also, ranging in wingspan from about 4 mm, 0.16 inch to nearly 30 cm, about 1 foot. The family is among the largest families of moths by, by, uh, by species count and contain a wide variety of well-known macromoth groups.
Wow. Thank you so much for that, Miss Dagupan. Definitely a lot of information we've learned about this particular moth. Tito Norman, do you have a question for Miss Dagupan City?
Yes, Lavinia. First of all, hello, Lavinia. I've been to Dagupan, but
Hi.
I'm just curious. I was half expecting that you would have as your fauna the Dagupan milkfish. No?
Yeah.
Una ko ina-expect because Dagupan. Ang sarap-sarap ng bangus sa Dagupan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's your take on that?
Well, with that, I wanted something new, different from my like the milkfish from the Dagupan. I want something different to represent, and I wanted to have like the same with my personality. Also, the color. I love the color of the moth that I'm representing right now.
Lavinia, why do you say that the characteristics of the moth are somehow reflective of your personality? Kasi alam mo, the reason why I asked, because in Tagalog, the moths are called gamo-gamo, which means that a gamo-gamo is something that you normally get irritated with. Especially pag sa mga ilaw, they would swarm around the light and then you would feel irritated. They're flying around you like flies. And what is the characteristic of the moth that reflects to you, Lavinia?
Well, for me, sir, to be honest, like a
Call me
moth,
Tito.
Normal, sorry. To be honest, like a moth, I am everywhere. So if I will relate it to myself, I always wanted to be with my friends, my family. So in Tagalog din po, I wanted to be with my loved ones lagi po. So with that, kahit na minsan nakakairita na ako, ganun. Gusto ko pa rin kasama ko sila. Nakadikit pa rin ako sa kanila. Ganun po.
Yeah, so whether with your friends or your family, you're very clingy. Madikit ka sa kanila.
Yes,
Oo. I
Like-
hope you're not as clingy to your boyfriend, Lavinia. Yeah, because your name automatically invites potential suitors. Baka maging gamu-gamu ka para sa kanila, Lavinia.
Sana nga po meron. Charot!
Ay, nako, nakakaloka ka. Now, Lavinia, are you still studying or are you already working?
No, I'm working Tito Normal.
As what?
I'm a guest service officer at Kingsford, Manila.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me. Are you still working with Kingsford right now?
Yes, sir.
I'm almost always there. Nakakaloka kang bata ka. You're in the front desk?
Yes po, receptionist.
Yeah, I was just there last week with GM Joe. Ay,
Doesn't
nakakaloka ka. Small world, Sofia.
Yes
Sobrang
po.
small world. Naluloka ako sa mga discoveries. Sofia,
Tito Normal.
take over nga dahil baka mapag-usapan pa namin yung mga pangyayari sa Kingsford.
Okay, I will take over. I just have one question for you, Miss Dagupan City. You know, right when you introduced your phone, I was very curious. How are you going to explain this to kids? Because I know that there's a lot of different reactions coming from kids. So some of them are very icky about creepy crawlies like moths. But there are also other kids who are very much accustomed to touching these creepy crawlies. How are you going to explain it to those who are a little scared?
With that, I can explain it to them. I think I can sugarcoat moth for the kids. Especially since a lot of kids are very attracted to butterflies. So a moth is somehow looks like a butterfly. Let's always look on the brighter side of everything.
I love that. I love that outlook. Thank you so much, Miss Dagupan City. It was so nice knowing you. I hope to see you in the next
I hope
event.
to see you soon.
Thank you so much. And now let us move on to our next delegate coming from Mandaluyong City.
I'm Jennifer Diazis and I'm representing Mandaluyong City. The reason why I chose tiger as my fauna simply because it represents our city, Mandaluyong, also known as the Tiger City. So to give you a little background about the tiger, tigers are scientifically known as Panthera tigris. There are 5 types of tigers, namely Bengal, Sumerian, Siberian, Malayan, and Indo-Chinese. The rarest type of the tiger is the white tiger. So the birth rate of the white tiger is usually 1 is to 10,000. Tigers can see 6 times better at night than most of us. Also, they have fake eyes called ocelli. This is the ocelli that I'm referring to, the white spot. This can intimidate the other animals. Tigers are fast runners, and they are also solitary animals. And also, they prefer to observe first before they attack their food. So I can totally relate to that because I'm a little aggressive also, and before I attack or before I conquest something, I usually observe a lot, like the NBI, something like that. Yeah, so
Okay. Do you have something else to say, Ms. Mandaluyong?
tigers are critically endangered in the last 100 years. So 97% of them have vanished. So if we don't act now, our forest will be empty of these beautiful tigers. So let's be part of the solution, not the pollution. That's
Love it. Thank you so much, Miss Mandaluyong City. I love the parallelism between you and the tiger, but I know that Tito Norman is even curious, sir. Tito Norman, what's your question?
Jennifer, I would rather have the stuffed tiger than the actual tiger. Okay, white tigers or tigers in general are not the kind of animals that you would really stay with or pet around, or you have to be very careful around them, no? What is it about the tigers that makes you feel at ease in their presence, Jennifer? Kasi alam mo ako, kung sinabi mong tigre, may takot ako eh. There's this fear inside na parang, oh my God, if I try to look at them sa zoo, and if I try to give them food, they might just grab the food and my hand included. So there's a fear. What can you tell the people in terms of paano sila dapat hindi matakot sa mga tigers? Ano ba ang dapat tingin ng mga
It's
tao?
not fear tigers because they don't really attack humans if we don't attack them too. I personally experienced that because as you can see in my background, I'm hand feeding a white tiger. I personally hand fed it. At first, I felt really nervous, but then after doing that, I feel really connected to the tiger.
Ano ba yung pinapakain mo, Jennifer? Parang sashimi yata yun.
Chicken.
Oo. So, nagkasundo na kayo afterwards ng tiger, no? Yeah. Now, you said earlier that one characteristic of the tiger that somehow fits you is that aggressive ka rin.
Yes.
Ang parang tiger, nag-observe muna. Okay. let me put you on the spot, Jennifer. When was the last time na naging aggressive ka in any aspect of your life, be it at work, or with the family, or with your friends? Kailan ka last naging aggressive sa kanila?
The last time that I remember I become aggressive, when I wanted to achieve something, I did everything to get that goal. Joining with Earth Philippines is a good example.
Akala ko naman, ang sasabihin mo, magkabili ka sana ng bagong iPad na mamahalin or iPhone. So it's winning the Miss Philippines Earth crown that you want. And what you want, you get it. Ganun ba ang attitude mo, Jennifer?
Yeah, I'm a go-getter.
I love go-getters because they get what they want.
Go-getter
Now,
taker.
before I pass it on to Sofia at matanong ko lang, of course, I know that Mandaluyong is called the city of a tiger. Parang Tiger City. Di ba? Mandaluyong is a Tiger City. Ikaw ba, is that the same way you look at it? Tingin mo ba sa Mandaluyong City is Tiger City talaga?
Yes, because it is called, it is once a sleepy town, but then it became a tiger city because of the businesses and other urbanized areas that made it easier. So it's a tiger city, like Pasig.
Nakakatuwa nung sinabi mo sleepy ang Mandaluyong. I've never really slept in Mandaluyong, Sofia. I don't know with you. But back to you, I've never really slept there. So I don't consider it a sleepy town. Sofia, back to you.
Thank you so much, Tito Norman. So, Jennifer of Miss Mandaluyong, our Miss Mandaluyong City, you know, the part about being intimidating really stuck with me. You know, that is indeed one of the biggest qualities of a tiger. But also, tigers are generally, you know, just bigger cats. So I'm curious to know, is there a softer side to you, just like a domesticated cat would be like, you know, is there something about the tiger and in you as well as a person that is just, you know, much softer, much more companionable or something like that? Can you show us more of that softer side?
Oh, sure, but with my vulnerability, I can show it by doing good things to Mother Earth, like giving back to the poor, and then being a good example to my siblings. That's it.
I love that. Setting a good example to your siblings. You know, I'm an ate, so I really can relate to you on that level. So thank you so much, Miss Mandaluyong City. We've learned a lot about you, definitely, and we look forward to seeing you again in more of our next event. So thank you so much, Jennifer. Now let us move on to our next delegate from Mati City.
Hi, Miss Sophie. Hi, Tito Norman. Hi to my co-delegates. Good evening, everyone. My name is Liza Moreno. I came from the city where is the home of one of the most beautiful bays in the world, the city of Mati from the province of Davao Oriental. Tonight, I'm very excited to show to you my chosen fauna. So if you will allow me to share a very short clip of my chosen fauna.
The Philippines is one of the world's largest archipelago nations. It is situated in Southeast Asia in the Western Pacific Ocean. Its islands are classified into three main geographical areas, were the Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Because of its archipelagic nature, Philippines is a culturally diverse country, with its topography consisting of mountainous terrains, dense forests, plains, and coastal areas, the Philippines is rich in biodiversity. It is considered as one of the mega biodiversity countries in the world, with a high percentage of flora and fauna endemism. The Philippine cockatoo, with a scientific name Cakatua hematoropygia, with its local name Catala, only live in the rainforest and mangrove swamps in the Philippines. It is a beautiful bird and has the distinction of being the only white large land bird in the Philippines. The Philippine cockatoo is 305 millimeter or 12 inches long, with tinges of yellow and pink on its cheeks, and yellow on its underwing and reddish-orange on its undertail. The crest is like an indicator of emotions, standing erect when the cockatoo is excited or provoked and laying flat when it is relaxed. During the last decades, Philippine cockatoos have almost become extinct from its more than 10,000 population before and down now into below 1,000 population because of the destruction of their habitat, notably of the trees in which they nest and feed. Their killing by farmers consider the birds as detrimental to their cultures. They are captured for the exotic pet trade and selling.
All right. So as you can see, I actually shared the video of the Philippine cockatoo. Unfortunately, the Philippine cockatoo is listed as critically endangered species, which means that it is one step closer to extinction. And I've always said this one, even during the endangered species day, that if by the time this particular species will be extinct, we will never see this again for good. So I hope you learned a lot from that very short clip.
Yes, we did, Miss Matty City. Tito Norman, I'm gonna take this one first. I am
Yes.
very curious about your name. Let's take it more lightly this time. Wiza. Why is it Wiza?
Actually, it's a combination of my mother's name. My mother's name is Elisa. I'm sure she's watching. And my father's name, my father's first name is Wilfredo. So that's Wiza. Wilfredo, we from the Wilfredo and Za from the Elisa. And actually, my name is Wiza Jane. And my birth month is on June. That's why I have my second name as Jane.
Oh, wow. Because I was looking at your name and it kept ringing in my ears. I keep saying it as wizard. Because I'm a Harry Potter fan. I'm a Potterhead, so I really love your name. So
Thank you.
let me give the floor to you, Tito Norman. Take it away.
Wiza. Oh my goodness, Wiza from Mate City. Here's my question to you, Wiza. First of all, about the cockatoo. If like let's say someone would gift you with a cockatoo to take care of, will you accept? Or if you don't accept, what will you tell him or her?
Actually, before, we have a similar, like not specifically the Philippine cockatoo, but now that I'm really indulging myself, Tito Norman, into joining into different activities that would help conserve this particular species, I would definitely decline. Why? Because I am living in a city and I know that these species could really live in a better place, in a better habitat, not my home, as much as I want to take care of it. Because you know what, Tito Norman, the Philippine cockatoo is very talented. In fact, it can sing, it can dance, it can mimic humans. But as they say, because of these talents, it became a curse because people are actually hunting this specific fauna, this specific Philippine cockatoo because of its talent, and they're selling it at a very good price. So I will not tolerate having this as my pet. I will. Actually, there is a foundation I've searched for it, and that is the Katala Foundation. We can actually turn this over, and I'm pretty sure that they can take care of this Philippine cockatoo more than as I can take care of it.
And another thing, I'm just curious. If, for example, you will spend 2 days with a Philippine cockatoo, what phrase will you teach the cockatoo so that he will learn to say it over and over again?
Oh, so if given a chance not to teach that Philippine cockatoo, definitely I will teach that Philippine cockatoo as me loves fauna. Because of this Miss Philippines Earth platform, I was able to share the beauty of this fauna. That's why I would definitely teach that fauna as me loves fauna as the theme of Miss Philippines Earth 2022.
Ang galing naman ng segue niya to the Me Loves Fauna. Ang dami ko sanang tanong about Mati, pero we have other girls to interview. But for me, I've been to Mati, and it's not just the beach, the birds or the cockatoos. That you have very beautiful beaches in Mati City also, and there's an enchanting part of Mati that I'm kind of afraid to return to, pero that's for another day, another story. Back to you, Sofia. Ate Sofia.
Thank you, Tito Norman.
Thank you so much, Tito Norman, and thank you so much, Miss Mati City. Thank you so much. You know, I can hear the passion for protecting our wildlife, specifically the Philippine cockatoo. So thank you for that passion of yours. Next up, we have our delegate from Midsayap, North Cotabato.
Sa mga tanan, nga katay na Bisaya, maayong gabi. Biharin from Midsayap, North Cotabato. And I choose Tarsier as my fauna because they are on the verge of extinction. And due to the progressively dwindling habitats and fragmentation, all Tarsier species are threatened to extinct. So if they are stressed, they are potentially commit suicide. And part of the issue is that these animals are required a specific habitat. They can only live a densely forested area with plenty insects to eat. Then female tarsiers produce only one baby per year, similar to humans. They are pregnant for 6 months, then care for the infant for another 6 months, and to hunt and to survive on its own. They may be cute, but they are predators by nature.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Alexandra from Midsayap, North Cotabato. You know, sorry, but your audio sometimes it cuts off a little bit. So let's just work out on that. But, you know, Miss Midsayap, I'm very curious, you know, because you said that our shears are very much prone to stress as well, you know, just like us humans. So what does that mean about us in general? Like, if these fauna can also get stressed, what should we as people do to lessen that kind of stress that we're putting on these wildlife that we have to be taking care of?
Because the tarsier is often shy, nervous, many activities associated with captivity, such as camera flashes, being touched, and being kept in enclosure. This type of behavior can stress the tarsier, such as stress leads tarsier hitting its head against objects, feeling it because of its skin skull. For me, I would like to tell that let us help and protect the tarsiers by establishing and providing sanctuaries that protect these adorable creatures. If we will able to preserve the tarsiers, we will experience not only the increase in awareness of animal conservation, but also a vibrant tourism industry.
Wow. Thank you so much, Ms. Midsayap. I love that part about sanctuaries, building sanctuaries for our wildlife, specifically the tarsier. So, back to you, Tito Norman. I'm giving the floor to you.
Ito lang ha, loka ako dito kay Alexandra Jean Bejerin. She's so cute! Para bang akala mo parang, Alexandra, how young are you? How old are you? Ilang taon ka na? Ay, naputol. Tinanong ko lang ng ilang taon kasi kamukha para siyang si Andrea Brillantes na ang cute-cute niya, parang pang PBB, ano siya, teen edition ang dating niya. Alexandra, how young are you?
I am 19 years old po.
My God, she looks 15, 16. Oo, parang, ay naku, ka muna mag-boyfriend, mag-beauty queen ka muna ha. Okay, eto ang tanong ko sa iyo about the tarsier. Naintriga ako kasi when you said earlier that tarsiers can also be predatorial in nature. Parang nagiging predators din sila. Paano? Kasi alam mo, pardon my ignorance, pero I've never seen tarsiers as predators. Paano nagiging predators? Ibig sabihin ba, pag kunyari, like let's say, hinawakan ko yung predator, pwede kong kagatin or something? Can you say a little about that, Alexandra?
Actually po, Peter Norman, the tarsier eat insects. So,
okay. So, siyempre, ang kakainin nila is yung creatures that are smaller than them. No? Smaller than them. So, definitely, ang kakainin niya yung fauna ni Miss Dagupan City, Lavinia Marquez dahil gamu-gamu lang yun. Yun ang kakainin, yung fauna niya, no? So, but ikaw ba, before I turn back to Sofia, ikaw ba, Alexandra, have you actually seen a tarsier? Yung talagang nakakita ka na actually ng tarsier?
yes, actually, but the first time I saw the tarsier when sa Bohol.
Yes.
And they are so small, like this.
Oo, they're so small that you could actually ignore them immediately because they blend with the trees and the leaves and everything. So talagang, ang kikitang bata ito, Sofia, back to you. Ano ba yan? Pamukha ni Andrea Brillantes talaga itong batang to.
Yes. I agree with you, Tito Norman. Sabi ko, alam, parang younger sister ko, ganun din yung edad.
Oo, di ba?
Oh my God. But thank you so much for those questions, Tito Norman. And thank you so much to Miss Midsayap, North Cotabato. We love getting to know you even better. Now, let's move on to our final candidate for the night. Definitely not the least, from Santa Ignacia, Tarlac.
Mabuhay Philippines and Mabuhay Earth. I am Jenny Ram, representing my beautiful municipality of Santa Ignacia, Tarlac. My chosen fauna is a small-winged flying fox. This is a species of megabat, and it is known from Mindoro Island in the Philippines. Only 13 specimens have ever been found, 1 in 1998 and 12 in 2006. I chose this fauna because they are extremely rare. Not because it looks like me, but because they're extremely rare. And currently they're being threatened by habitat loss. And that is why I want to bring awareness on this specimen of bat, because I believe that we should advocate against this, because it is not only their home, but also our home of the earth.
I love that, Jenny. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction of the bat, your chosen fauna. And now I want to ask you somewhat of a funny question. What is your opinion on heroes that come from animals, or humans that were bitten by these animals and then they became heroes? Or, for example, Batman, he's not really bitten by a bat, but he's called Batman. So what are your opinions on those heroes?
To be totally honest with you, when I was younger, I loved superheroes like DC and Marvel. Personally, I thought I looks like Wonder Woman. And so in DC, there's also Batman, and of course we know Spider-Man. And I think that this is very unique and creative. It gives these animals a nice reputation towards children because these children will learn about these animals, what they are, what species they come from, and it makes them gain interest in these animals.
I love that. Creating interest in kids. That is very much, the theme of these heroes that we're looking at in movies. So thank you so much for that, Jenny. Then we give back the floor to Tita Norman.
Hello, Jenny. Hello, Jenny Ram.
Hello,
Now, before I ask you my question about your bat, let me guess. Your surname is very profession-driven, Ram. Let me guess. Do you have German or Swiss lineage?
Correct. I'm actually Filipino-American. However, my dad does have German blood, which is where the ramp comes from.
Yes, because I know that in Germany, the ramp is spelled with an additional letter F at the end. It should be ramp or something like that. Now, I'm just, you know me, when it comes to geography, I just have a thing about it. But anyways,
Oh, ang galing.
yeah, your fauna is a bat. If, for example, you will be asked or you'll be challenged to spend a day with bats, are you game for it?
To be totally honest with you, Tito Norman, I actually have a fear of bats. In my municipality of Santa Ignacia, we can actually see bats at night outside hanging on the trees. So whenever I go past them, I run past them as quick as I can into the house. But if I was challenged to spend a day with them, I would totally take that because I want to embrace my fears and learn more about this beautiful creature.
Yeah. All right. So I'm asking the question about bats. This is something very interesting lang for me because you come from a place in Tarlac that I am not very, very familiar with. Because like, if you say Tarlac to me, I would immediately think of like, let's say, Kamiling, Paniki, Tarlac City, the more known municipalities or cities in Tarlac. What's so special about Santa Ignacia in Tarlac? Because Tarlac in itself as a province, it's like a passing through province. Like not many people would stay put in Tarlac and spend a long vacation there. What is so special about Santa Ignacia, Tarlac, Jenny?
Santa Ignacia Tarlac for me is so special, not only because it's my home or my family comes from there, but it is an economically vibrant town known as a major organic food producer and processor in Tarlac. It has a beautiful countryside as well as safe and soundly environments for everyone to experience. And although, like I said earlier, I was not born or raised there, but when I stepped foot there and when I moved to the Philippines, I truly felt at home because of the Santaguinians, and that's why it's so close to my heart.
Oh, those must be the reasons as well why the bats are staying in Santa Ignacia. Yeah, because they feel at home in that part of Tarlac. Thank you very much, Jenny. So back to you, Sophia. Ate Sophia.
Thank you so much, Tito Norman, for that. And thank you, Jenny from Santa Ignacia, Tarlac. Thank you again, Tito Norman, because you've contributed a lot of geographical trivia to our discussion tonight. So I so appreciate that about you. Once again, thank you so much, Tito Norman, for being a wonderful correspondent for tonight's event.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Tito Norman. Always a pleasure to have you here. And there you have it, friends, the 6th batch of exceptional ladies competing for Miss Philippines Earth 2022. Let us know what you think by following and subscribing to our social media accounts, and we'd really love to hear from you. This is just the beginning of another colorful journey for these ladies. We have lots of exciting events lined up leading to the grand coronation, so be sure to get updated with the latest happenings on Miss Philippines Earth 2022. On behalf of Carousel Productions, this has been Sofia Lopez Galve, your Miss Philippines Eco-Tourism 2021. Thank you very much for joining us, and let's continue to save our planet. Good night!
Woman of the earth.